Let's dive right into this explainer and transform that intimidating array of blinking lights on your Tenda N300 router into a crystal clear diagnostic dashboard. We've literally all been there, right? You're right in the middle of something important, maybe streaming a show, and boom, the internet just drops. Total panic mode sets in. You just kind of stare at your router, wondering what on earth those cryptic little lights are trying to tell you. Well, today, we're going to decode that secret language. By the time we wrap up, you'll be reading those LEDs like a book, turning all that network frustration into empowered troubleshooting. Before we start mashing buttons in frustration, let's get familiar with the hardware itself. We're talking about the Tenda Wireless N300 home router. It's basically the central hub of your digital life. It's compliant with 802.11n standards and pumps out wireless speeds up to 300 megabits per second. But honestly, what's way more important for us today is that specific set of LED indicators lining the front panel. They aren't just there to look cool. They're real-time physical status monitors telling us exactly what's going on under the hood, right from the second it draws power to the constant flow of your data. So, here's our roadmap for today. 1. The language of lights. 2. Confirming power and system. 3. Decoding network connections. 4. Wireless and peripherals. 5. The PPOE protocol clarified. And 6. Pinpointing faults. Let's get right into it. Section 1. The language of lights, translating the states. The core translation works kind of like this. A solid light generally means a successful connection or that a specific feature is enabled. A blinking light, on the other hand, means the device is actively working or transferring data. Think of a solid light as the router saying, hey, I'm ready and I'm holding the connection. A blinking light is the router saying, I am actively moving packets of data back and forth right now. And if a light is completely off, well, it means that feature is disabled or a physical cable is literally just unplugged. Keeping this simple solid versus blinking rule in your back pocket is going to make everything else we cover super intuitive. Section 2. Confirming power and system. The core foundation. Okay, so the absolute first thing you need to check are these two baseline indicators. Your power light must be solid, and your SYS, or system light, should begin blinking shortly after the router powers up. That power LED is your most basic diagnostic tool. Solid light, your power supply is properly connected. It doesn't blink, it's just on or off. Right next to it is that SYS LED. Think of this as your router's internal heartbeat. A totally healthy Tenda N300 is always going to have a blinking SYS light, letting you know its internal processor is up and running correctly. Now, this brings up a really fascinating diagnostic question. If the power is on, meaning that first power light is solid, why would the SYS light remain completely dark? I mean, if you have power flowing, shouldn't the system be running? Well, if that SYS light never illuminates or blinks after a few seconds of being plugged in, the manual actually explicitly warns that an internal system fault has occurred. This is absolutely crucial information, guys. It means the issue isn't just a loose Ethernet cable or a temporary internet outage from your provider. No, a dark SYS light points directly to a hardware or firmware failure inside the router itself. Section 3. Decoding network connections, incoming and outgoing. What's really clever here is how the router cleanly separates your external internet feed, that's the WAN, from your local wired computer connections on LAN ports 1 through 4. WAN stands for Wide Area Network. That's the cable coming straight from your internet modem. If the WAN light is solid, the physical cable from the outside world is seated properly. When you download a big file, you'll see that WAN light start blinking rapidly. Now the LAN lights, local area network, they work exactly the same way, but for the devices inside your house. So a desktop PC or a smart TV plugged directly into ports 1, 2, 3, or 4. Solid means the cable is good. Blinking means data is flowing to that specific device. Simple as that. Section 4. Wireless and peripherals, the invisible network. Shifting over to wireless, the WAN light tells us your Wi-Fi is broadcasting, while the WPS light has a very specific blinking state that lasts for about 2 minutes while it authenticates a new client device. WOAN is just short for Wireless Local Area Network. Solid means your Wi-Fi network is active, waiting for connections. Blinking means your phone or laptop is actively using the Wi-Fi. Now WPS, Wi-Fi protected setup, is kind of unique. When you press the physical WPS button to quickly connect a device without typing a long password, this LED is going to blink for about 2 minutes while it securely shakes hands with your device. Once it successfully connects, boom, it turns solid. Section 5. The PPOE protocol clarified, addressing the confusion. We need to take a super quick detour here because this trips a lot of people up. If your internet requires a specific login from your provider, you're using the PPPoE connection protocol in your settings. This stands for Point-to-Point Protocol over Ethernet. It's standard for a lot of broadband connections, especially DSL. Essentially, it's a secure point-to-point tunnel between your router and your internet service provider. In the router's software interface, you actually have to type in a PPPoE username and password given to you by your ISP just to get online. But here is the massive takeaway. Even though PPPoE is a core software setting, you will never ever find a physical PoE light on the front of this hardware. Tons of users see PPoE in the software, their connection drops, and they immediately check the physical router to see if a PoE light is turned off. Do not fall into this trap. PPPoE is just a software protocol type, not a hardware indicator. If you want to check if your internet from the ISP is physically connected, you check the WAN light, not a non-existent PoE light. Section 6. Pinpointing faults. Your troubleshooting workflow. Let's bring all this secret language together into a highly actionable workflow. By logically stepping through these checks from the system level down to the physical links, you can systematically isolate the exact point of failure. Step 1. Check the heartbeat. Is the SYS LED blinking? If not, the router has a fatal error. Step 2. Check the physical link LEDs. Is the WAN light on? If it's completely dark, your cable to the modem is either loose or broken. Remember, just because a light is on doesn't guarantee you have internet access, but if it's off, it guarantees a physical failure. Step 3. If the lights actually look good but you still have no internet, open your computer's command line and type ping 192.168.0.1. This tests if your computer can actually talk to the router's software. If you do have to resort to that ping command, the results tell you exactly what to do next. If the ping is successful, meaning you get replies back from 192.168.0.1, your router is perfectly fine, but you might actually have a proxy server accidentally enabled in your web browser that's blocking the internet. On the flip side, if the ping fails entirely, that software bridge is broken. Your next move? Press and hold the physical reset button on the back of the device for exactly 7 seconds. This does a hard restore back to factory defaults. Now, if you do all that, the WAN light is on and you still can't connect, at that point, it's time to call your ISP or Tenda technical support. So, now that you fluently speak the router's secret language, which LED are you going to check first the next time your internet drops? Hopefully, this explainer has totally empowered you to stop guessing and start reading the diagnostic dashboard your Tenda N300 has been giving you all along. Confirm power, check that internal heartbeat on the SYS light, verify the incoming WAN connection, and monitor your local network states. Understanding this logic completely takes the stress out of network errors. Next time that connection hangs, just remember this roadmap, check the baseline indicators, and you'll know exactly how to fix it. Thanks for hanging out and learning with me today.